Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you don't know me yet, my name is Tiffany and I upload a new homemaking video every Sunday. Today is going to be a room transformation. This is my office renovation. You've probably caught sneak peeks of my office in my past few videos, but today I am going to be taking you on a fun before and after journey. I'm going to share with you some little tricks that I picked up and places I saved money and little steals that I got and updates that I did that were really inexpensive. So hopefully this will be valuable for you if you are wanting to make a part of your home a place that you really love being in. So hopefully this will inspire you. Hopefully you'll enjoy the before and after. I love a good before and after, so come with me and we'll get started. I just want to show you what I'm working with here. Obviously I have let chaos take over this office, but it'll make the after shot look a lot better, don't you think? Looking at this before video is making me so happy I went ahead with this project. I didn't realize how badly I wanted to upgrade this room until the ball started rolling and I found the piece of furniture I wanted to use in here for storage. I found this hutch on the side of the road and I already did a video on how I renovated it. And when we went to get supplies to redo this piece of furniture, I decided to pick up a paint sample for the wall. And I chose this really pretty pink called Lotus Petal Pink. It's Lotus Petal Pink from Home Depot. And as soon as I put this little sample on the wall, I smiled so big. I knew I wanted a pink office and I was so happy to finally be making it happen. On the first day of working on this project, I was just going to start working on the hutch. And when I got downstairs, I knew I was going to start painting the office too. So I kind of wanted to just pick things up and move them either out of my office or into the center of the room so I could start working on the walls and start working on the furniture and get the ball rolling. This project ended up being a big undertaking because as I was sorting out how to start pulling things away from the walls and getting things ready to work on, I decided to go ahead and paint all of my furniture. So my sewing machine table and my bookcase. I make it sound like it was 7 pieces, but it was really just 2 more. And I figured may as well do it now because I know I'm going to want all of this to be white as soon as I see that white hutch. This was kind of a cool day, and it's also the only day I really remember of this project because everything ran together after the avalanche started. This project took on its own life, and I don't even know how I got it done. I just started swimming and kept moving forward until it all came together. As soon as I got everything pulled away from the walls, I went ahead and started patching them up. We had a lot of nail holes and a lot of, just rough patches on the walls. We wanted to smooth them out and make them look as nice as possible. This house that we bought is really nice. I love living here, but it does need a lot of love and care. There are a lot of things that need to be updated and just repaired and made to look like somebody cares about where they're living. After we filled all the holes and rough spots, we sanded the walls. And once I did that, before I primed, I went ahead and vacuumed the walls because I didn't want any dust or debris getting caught in my paintbrush or on the wall to make it bumpy. I wanted it to look nice and smooth. So that's definitely my first tip. If you're gonna paint your walls, make sure that you fill in all the holes and the rough patches, sand it down really smooth, and then make sure to get all of the dust off the walls for sure. Hello everyone. This morning I am going to do a ton of work on my office. So I just wanted to show you where I am. I'm actually ready to prime the walls, which is exciting. Hopefully I'll get that done this morning and this morning into this afternoon. And I'm going to work on some of my office furniture as well. So, all right. I couldn't remember how to use this drill. I used it 3 years ago when we first moved into our house, and now I can't remember how to do it. And my husband wasn't home, so I gave up and I took a really savage approach to shaking up this primer. I am so happy this lid stayed on and didn't come off, because otherwise there would have been primer all over my driveway. But as you can see in just a second, it was really hard to get the lid off. It took a lot of effort, and honestly, I don't even remember how I did it eventually. I know that this clip ended because I had to take a break because I was frustrated trying to get the lid off. If you are going to paint the walls of your house yourself, make sure that you take all the faceplates off of your light switches and your outlets before you go around with your edger. That way, all the walls have nice, smooth, clean lines behind the plates. Edging is the hardest part of painting for me. Some people really like it, or cutting. I guess they call it cutting. I think it's pretty tedious. I think it takes forever. But the cool thing is, if you persevere through all the cutting, you can get to the rolling, and that part is so rewarding because it's such a big payoff for such a little effort. Now on this particular day, I wanted to let the primer dry overnight before I went for my pink paint. So I went into the garage and worked on my furniture for a little while. And I want to tell you something about this little paint cup that you see in my hand. This is a little handy paint cup. This handy paint cup is so cool because it has a really holdable handle. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really comfortable to hold for a long time. And also on the inside of the handle, there's a magnet, so you don't drown your paintbrush in the paint. It'll hold it up for you so that it stays pretty tidy. And also, I like that you can use a Ziploc bag as a liner, and when you're done for the day, but you know you're gonna take up the same project again tomorrow, you can just close up the plastic bag and leave the paintbrush in it, and you'll be ready to go in the morning. It won't dry out overnight. So I used this the whole time I was working on the room and the furniture. It was such a lifesaver. I can't even tell you how excited I was to turn these walls pink. I didn't even get any footage of me cutting in the pink on the walls because I was so excited to get started. But I want to tell you something. I didn't tape the edges because I don't like taping rooms. I think it's a lot more efficient to just have a damp cloth with you while you do your cutting. And then if you make a mistake or go onto the ceiling or something like that, the damp cloth will just wipe the paint right off, and you can fix your mistakes as you go. It's not a big deal, and then you save all the time you would have spent taping. Plus, you don't have to buy tape, which gets expensive with a room this big. This is 2 coats, and we are almost good. Except these little spots like up here, you can see I still need to do a 3rd coat where I couldn't fit my roller. And this trim needs lots and lots of love. I didn't realize how shabby it was looking until I started really looking close at it, but it just was not well done by whoever did it before. And we haven't touched this room since we moved in, but it is definitely screaming out for some TLC. this trim is. Fortunately, we just had some semi-gloss white paint for the purposes of touching up our trim when we first moved into our house. So I just busted that out and I didn't have to spend any more money, which is awesome. So I just touched up the trim. It looks a lot better. I think I'm gonna have to go around again. It's not perfect, it's never gonna be, but it's so much nicer than it was before. It's a lot cleaner looking. There was blue showing through on the trim and it was a little bit sad looking, so I think this looks a lot nicer. Once I had my painting done, I got to set up all of my workstations and work on some details. So first I painted all of my hardware this sunlit brass color, and this can of spray paint was $10. I think I ended up buying 2, so it cost me $20, but it was a heck of a lot cheaper than buying all new hardware and curtain rods. This part was really fun. I got to set up all of my little workstations. I set up my ironing station first. I had a very clear vision of what I wanted in my head. So I put up this little white shelf to hold my iron. After that, I hung up a little hook above the iron where I could hang my pressing cloth just to have it handy and right there. And then I also hung a couple of hooks on the wall so I could hang my ironing board when I wasn't using it. It's annoying to have it leaning up against the wall. I think it looks messy and I just wanted it to have a definite spot. So I'm really happy I did this. And then I also had a basket where I could just put my distilled water and my tailor's ham and a couple of other ironing tools that I keep on hand. I love the way this little ironing station turned out. It makes me feel very professional and like I'm really good at sewing. This was another really satisfying moment for me, putting all the hardware back on this hutch and setting this section of my workspace up. It was so fun to see this come together, and my husband actually came down and helped me finish it up, which made it go a little faster, and it was just kind of fun to spend time together enjoying all of the hard work that went into it and just watching it become this beautiful part of our home. I also feel really lucky because my mannequin fits perfectly to the side, and I wasn't sure if it was going to, so that was a happy little surprise. I didn't catch myself actually hanging the curtain rods back up and deciding on this, but I went ahead and hung up my wedding dress in the window because it kind of went with the curtains. I used the white curtains I already had, and then I added my wedding dress. I think it looks really cute. And here I decided to stand on the ceiling, but I'm hanging curtain rods on my wall in order to hang up all of my ribbon. I got $5 curtain rods from IKEA and hung them on the wall. That way I could have all of my ribbon out so I could see it. So when I start a new project, I don't have to dig through a drawer or a bin or anything. It also keeps my ribbon organized and untangled. The next workstation I wanted to set up was my editing station. Fortunately for me, I have a live-in audiovisual expert who is my husband. That's what he does for a living. So he had kind of a game plan in mind for me, and I just let him run with it because he knew what he was doing, and I kind of don't still. The cool thing about this setup that I'm going to have, or that I have now, is that I have a lot of room to grow into it. And I think it's really sweet that he wanted to set this up for me. And I'm excited to learn a lot more about the technology that I have to work with. It makes me feel very lucky, and it's going to be a fun adventure. I do have a tip for mounting a TV on a wall. We decided to try out a little hack, and that's spraying cooking spray on the back of the mount, and that'll keep the mount from ruining the wall when you want to move it. So if we ever want to move this TV, or if I ever want to rearrange things, it'll be easier to do that. Now you see here, I'm just having fun hanging a couple things on the wall. I don't have a ton of artwork for this room, and there are definitely some more things I want to get, but all in good time. And I don't want to put anything up unless I really love it. I also got this fuzzy Kate Spade blanket to wrap up in when I'm working down here, just because I get so cold all the time. I also think this sewing table turned out so cute. I think it looks perfect in this room now. I think painting it white was the right decision, and I think it looks so great. It's so nice that I can sit and sew and enjoy the whole room. Now I'm just making some curtains. I wanted to have some fun curtains to go on the back wall by my editing station, just as a way to sort of brighten up the back wall of my office, and also to hide a lot of the wires that are coming from the TV and the monitors. And I also have a power strip back there that I wanted to hide as well. So I just thought it was a nice way to make it look a little bit cleaned up. It's not perfect, but I think it looks pretty good. And I think it was fun to make these little curtains. I put pink pom-poms on them. I love how this office turned out. I still have a few projects, so I'm going to share with you. I got this clothes rack. I wasn't thinking when I bought it, so I'm going to have to spray paint this gold, but I'm going to have to wait until it warms up. You don't want to use spray paint outside until it's 60 degrees, I think. So all the things I'm showing you now have to wait until it warms up for me to spray paint them. And then this little work table is going to be changed out as well. We have a really fun plan to redo our dining room table and turn it into my work table, because we want to get a new dining room set. Now it is time to enjoy a very fun before and after montage. The cool thing that I discovered when I was redoing this office is that some projects are in your reach right now. I am so happy I took this project on. This room is so fabulous now. It really meets my needs, and it functions exactly how I need it to function. This is such a dream come true for me. Honestly, this project did not cost that much money. I'm guessing it probably took less than $500 to do it, and a lot of time, but it was definitely worth it. So what is it that you can do to your home that will make it so much more fun to live there? I think it's totally worth the effort, and I hope it inspires someone else to take on a project and make their home a place they love being. Thank you so much for watching this video today. It is so much fun for me to put these together for you all, and I hope that this was helpful for you if you are thinking of doing a home renovation of some kind in the near future. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more of my homemaking videos, and I will see you next Sunday. Bye. Mwah.